you visited the story or similar one before this movie, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us how?
Okay, so I wrote and directed a short film called Loom, which was for Red Camera to showcase their new technology. But it was a story that was based in Frankenstein, science fiction, same sort of world, I suppose, more in the future, however. And it's a story that has Giovanni Ribisi as a character who is a quality control expert at a artificial meat manufacturing plant. And he gets it in his head to make and create his own human being, his own woman, because he's lonely. And so he creates this creature played by a terrific actor called Jelly Bean Howie. Yeah.
But in this incarnation,
Huh?
This incarnation,
It's slightly different.
What's going on in this story?
Okay, so in this story we have a young artificial human being, so not a robot, not a clone, but a being that is made from artificial DNA that's synthesized from more or less the same chemicals that we are made from, but is all made entirely in vitro, in the petri dish, in vitro. And it's about her beginning to understand her personality, her identity, and in doing so unlocks some problems with this, because she's, although very young, is in fact almost adult in her physical appearance, and so she's vastly more intelligent than anyone around her, physically much more powerful than anyone around her, and she needs to figure out who she is as a being.
I guess this sort of begs the question: why do we keep striving to create these creatures who are ultimately going to be more superior to us? What's the moral dynamic there?
Well, we're looking for an evolutionary step, because the human being hasn't evolved in 150,000 years physically. I think we're looking at a time where we are into an artificial evolution. So our mobile phones, our cell phones, our computers, our internet represents an expansion, a collective intelligence, if you like, that we all have access to, or the majority of the world has access to. And it's how we adapt and use that information. Of course, there's so much information on the internet now that we wouldn't even be able to cover a tenth of it in our lifetime, nor understand it. So, but I think as an evolutionary, as a kind of cybernetic feature of the human history, this is a huge evolutionary step, the little handheld device. It's incredible how we communicate on social media, texting, what have you. This is very different stuff. So I think that, possibly our next step of evolution is going to be in our own hands. And in doing so, will only bring about the demise and the end of the first human. So, yeah.